Divine, a new friend.
What can I do for you? Come on in. Let me know if you need anything. Or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
We drink to our
Have you by any chance seen a huge drunk Nord and a filthy little wood elf bastard?
just about done.
Blasted! Where are those rotten thieves? Look, these guys have stolen something that is very precious to me, and I need to find them before they drink.
Down with
Well, before they do anything, they will regret.
your death we will drink.
Yes, yes you could. The people here just told me that they have seen the bastards heading out to Whiterun with
God beckons.
my precious item. I need to catch them, but I have been warned that one of them, the Nord, is very huge and potentially dangerous. I will approach them on my own if necessary, but it would be so much safer if there were two of us. You do that? Thank you so much.
私たちアンドロイドは薬なんか使わない。
Talk later.
私たちアンドロイドは薬なんか使わない。 不可解なパズルを出したから。
Look, over there. It must be the thieves.
引くのだろうか。
Huh? Did you hear that? The bottle talked to me. It cursed me. Take the bottle. Just take it. That damn thing is cursed. It actually talked to me. Cursed me. Yes, yes. Look, I know it's wrong to steal, but me and my body were so thirsty. And the little lady there had left her luggage almost unattended. We meant no harm, but when we opened the bottle, it started to talk. It cursed us. I've never heard anything so evil before in my entire life. What if I'm cursed for the rest of my life? Please, take the bottle, and please ask the little lady to have her bottle removing that
どんな
curse
人に
from
も
us.
大切な記憶はある。
I know, but I swear I will never steal again. Look, I have 200 gold that I have earned in an almost honest way. You can have them too. And the bottle, of course. Just please ask the little lady to tell her bottle to remove that curse from us. Goodbye.
You have the bottle. Wonderful. Give it to me, please. And now I guess I owe you an explanation. But first there's something I need to ask. Tell me, have we met before? You seem so familiar. It is you. It's really you. After all this time. Yes, I thought at first when you entered in. Then you didn't say anything. I have been thinking of you every day since you vanished from Cyrodiil. Eventually, I returned home to my parents in Solstheim. Everyone told me that I should stop thinking of you. But I just couldn't.
I told you not to open that puzzle.
And then, much later, someone told me that you had been seen in Skyrim. That's when I decided to go here. Although, I have another mission as well, as I'm sure you have already guessed. I guess you have already figured out that my bottle is kind of special. I cannot tell you the full story. I have given my word not to tell anyone what I know. A friend asked me to bring the bottle with me when I went home to Solstheim, to show it to my grandmother, who knows a lot about old Morrowind magic. Sadly, when I returned home, my beloved grandmother was seriously ill, and soon afterwards she passed away. Before my grandmother died, she told me to bring the bottle together with a mysterious note written by her grandmother to Skyrim.
Whatever is in that bottle is
Something
evil.
magic is trapped within the bottle, and it requires a certain kind of knowledge to release what's trapped in there. My great-great-grandmother once told my grandmother that the only place where the content could be released would be here, in Skyrim. Or, to be more specific, inside the Elderglim Sanctuary. Therefore, I decided to bring the bottle to Skyrim and to visit the sanctuary. However, I have now been here for quite some time, but although I've been traveling all over the countryside, I have never been able to find the sanctuary. You don't happen to know where it's located, do you? You have? Oh, but then maybe you could show me the way. Oh, pretty please. I would be so grateful.
That sounds great.
We will. Oh, that's fantastic. You know, I do find it a bit overwhelming to travel those dangerous Skyrim roads on my own. I'm so happy for your company. And who knows, maybe I can offer something in return? I may not be a very good alchemist, but I can still make some simple potions. And while searching for the gleam, I've seen quite a few
Never
places.
seen any man with a monkey tail.
Anytime. Uh-oh, let's go with that. It's a bandit.
Yes? Goodbye. Goodbye.
Finally, The Elderglim Sanctuary. What a place! Now we must see if we can find someone to talk to. You will help me, won't you?
私たちアンドロイドは薬なんか
Shall we
使わない
continue?
Yes? Oh, I see. Maybe I should then speak to your friend. Goodbye. You wanted to talk to me.
Yes, you see, I have got this bottle and a note, and my grandmother said that you might be able to help.
Maybe I can, but then we first have to talk. Alone. I wonder, do you think your friend would run a small armor past me while?
Yes, I hope so. I can ask, of course.
Good. This note needs to be delivered to the pilgrim Jelena, who is on visit at the mixed water mill. Please ask your friend to bring it to her.
Look, I have a note for you. Could you please deliver it to a pilgrim named Jelena, who's visiting Mixwater Mill? Please. I've tried so hard to get better at spellcasting, but I just don't seem to have that in me.
Do you need something? Items? Potions? Hugs? I've got it all.
Yes? Good, good. I have been waiting to hear from her. I dearly hope her work is proceeding well, and that she has found all the plants she needed. Oh, I found a copy of 100 Ways to Use a Falmy Ear for her at Hag's Cure in Markov. Maybe it could be a
私たち
deal
アン
in
ドロイ
putting
ド
it to
は
her.
薬なんか使わない
Goodbye.
Yes? Oh, but that is wonderful. I have been asking around for this book everywhere. Do you say Jelena found it at the Hog's Cure in Marakath? I've always heard that that's a very good store, and I believe the rumor's right. And now you better go and talk to your friend. I think he has some interesting news for you. Goodbye.
Oh, there you are. And you talked to Anesia, right?
どんな人も
Good.
大切な記憶はある
Anesia and I also had a good talk while you were away. And you know what? She will help me with the bottle. But she needs some ingredients in order to evaluate and restore what is hidden in that bottle. And she needs our help to collect those ingredients. So you will come with me then? Oh, how sweet of you. You know, I have so much enjoyed traveling here together with you.
私た
I'm
ち
so glad that we will
殺すために
continue
作られ
to
た
travel
兵士だから
together a little longer. There is one thing though. As you are helping me, I of course want to help you too. I understand that of course also you have many important things to do. If I can be of any use for you, I'd be happy to help out. I just want you to know that. So if you just let me tag along, I'll look for the ingredients meanwhile. Of course, it would be great if you collected some of them. Actually, Anesia and I made lists of the ingredients. Maybe you could take care of this list and look around for the ingredients. It would be incredibly nice if you also carried the ingredients on the list until you have collected all of them. That will make things easier for me. Later. Yes? Yes? Would you like that? Well, I guess what you want to know is what happened after our ways parted. After you left Cyrodiil. I must admit that I felt very lonely without you. Henry of course tried to cheer me up, and for a while I stayed with her in Shadenall. But then she started with her experiments again. This time she wanted to explore eternal youth and beauty. Sufficient to say that things instead turned rather ugly. So I ended up taking her with me home to Solstein. When we arrived, my beloved grandmother was seriously ill. After a while she died, but before doing so, she had told me to bring this bottle with me to Solstein, to bring it to the Eldergleam Sanctuary. Look, I don't want to talk more about this right now. Maybe later. So many things have happened today that I still haven't fully grasped. And the most important of these things is of course you. That you are here, with me in Skyrim. Tell me, what do you want? Aren't you horribly afraid of those vampires? I am. Tell me, what do you want? I'm tired of this place. Let's go somewhere else. What's on your mind, friend? Anesia has promised me that she will do her best to try to restore what is in my bottle. But in order to do this, she needs some important ingredients. Some of them I cannot reveal to you. They are secret, and she was very reluctant to tell me about them. Others are not so secret, and these are the ones on the list I gave you. As for the secret ones, I think the best thing is that I simply look around for them in the wilderness as we travel. Well, if you don't mind that I'm tagging along with you, that is. You know, maybe I can help you with some of your missions meanwhile. Yes? Do you really think so? Oh, thank you. Shall we continue? I have a confession to make. I am so curious about what you experienced in Skyrim before we met. Please tell me about your adventures. What a story! And you're really good at telling stories. I almost feel like I had been there with you. Let me see. You have all the ingredients on your list now, haven't you? Oh, that is wonderful. Now I just have to find the ones remaining on my list. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I have something for you. Something that will make it easy for you to give me orders during combat, when there's no time for talking. It's 2 attack horns that you can use to help me decide which target I should attack next. I have written down instructions for you on how to use them. It's not very complicated, but please read before you try them out. Anytime.
But this land is ours, and we'll see it.
What was that about? Who is Mirak? And a false dragonborn? Is that supposed to be you? It's so nice to just talk a little, you and I. I was just thinking, would you be interested if I told you a little about myself? There are so many things I'd like to tell you about. I really don't know where to start. At the same time, I find it hard to talk, as there are so many things unsaid between us. After all, you did leave me in Cyrodiil, and now you are suddenly here in Skyrim. It's like a weird dream, and I don't know if I dare to believe in it. Tell me, what are your thoughts on this all? Yes, that sounds like a good decision. You see, regardless what we say today, you did leave me behind in Cyrodiil. And believe me, I have never felt so abandoned in my whole life. Right now, I cannot fully believe that you will be here also tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. I think you are right. We should start from scratch. And then time will tell if what we had back in Cyrodiil would be strong enough for Skyrim as well. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I'm having problems with some of the ingredients on the list that Anesia gave me. I'm simply not sure what the flowers that come from would look like. At home I had this wonderful book, Tamriel Flora Illustrated, with pictures of almost every flower you could think of. But, of course, I didn't bring it with me to Skyrim. Do you think so? Yes, maybe. Maybe an alchemy store would have it for sale. What do you think? Maybe we could ask around in the towns and see if someone has it for sale. Alchemy stores are always interesting to visit. Have you got many ingredients in store? Or should
Hello,
we buy
friend.
some?
Take a look.
Talk later. What have you got there? Oh, could it be? You have found Tamriel Flora Illustrated! How wonderful! Thank you ever so much. Shall we continue? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I have a present for you. It's something we often used at home when we wanted to talk and we were in a hurry. We call it the quick shut horn, and it's a bit complicated to explain what it does. Therefore, I've also written everything down for you. When you are in a hurry, there are things that you probably don't want to discuss with me. And as you know, I'm rather talkative. If you use the quick shut horn instead, you can decide in advance what we are supposed to talk about when you call for me. It is a bit complicated. That's why I have written all the technical things down for you. I suggest that you read that before you try to use the horn. Then you will learn about that you have to have the horn as a favorite item, and that you need to use what we call a hotkey for it. If you want to, we can decide right away what topics you want to discuss when you use the horn. Else you can talk to me later about travel together, and then we can discuss the horn further. Alright, talk to me about travel together and set up the quick
どんな
chat
人にも
horn.
大切な記憶はあ
I
る。
think you will like this. So, where are we going now? Yes? What's on your mind, friend? I'm so glad that we managed to rescue Tora Greymane, but it's really sad that he cannot return to his home in Whiterun.
滅びるようにデザインされ
Tell me, what do you want? Do you want me to comment on this place and its inhabitants? No, thank you very much, but I think I passed that one.
これは呪いか。
What's on your mind, friend? So you don't think I look fat in this outfit then? How come I don't believe you? Talk later. Don't you even try that. Now I'm gonna get you. Die. Don't you even try that. Ha! Strange. You will be so dead. You leave her alone. Yes? Tell me, what do you want? I know farmers are hostile, but I still can't help feeling sorry for them. To think that their people once was the proud snow elves. So, where are we going now? Yes? Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss? Would you like that? It was really strange to return to Solstheim and my family. I had never thought I would go there alone. I had hoped that we would go there together. Still, it was great to meet my family again, and especially my grandmother, who always was my favorite. It was saddening, though, to see how she had aged while I was in Cyrodiil. When I was a child, she seemed indestructible. Now she was fragile. To my surprise, she gave me a precious gift, her flute. Oh, she used to play wonderful music for me when I was a child. You know, I think she realized how lost I felt, and that she wanted me to take up my old hobby, music. You see, as a child I loved playing music. Yes, I even wanted to be a bard, but my mother and Melinda of course wanted me to be an alchemist instead. With my grandmother's flute, music was back in my life. I played, and as I've always been crap at alchemy, I decided to be a bard instead. And I'm sure that would have worked very well if it hadn't been for the bottle. And for Haldan. Look, there are quite a few things I have to tell you about, but I think it's enough for today, don't you agree? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I was just thinking, maybe I'm talking too much. I could understand that. Just tell me if you don't want me to be so talkative. Wonderful! Just remember that you can ask me to talk less at any point. Yes? I hate wearing a helmet. It ruins my hair completely. Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss? I like the trees here in the rift. So many birches. Shall we continue? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I have to confess, I actually have more communication horns for you. I didn't want to give them to you at the same time as the other one. You see, I simply didn't want to make things too complicated for you. But these are simpler to use. 3 of them represent specific topics that we can discuss as we travel. The 4th one you can use to tell me to keep quiet when it's inconvenient that I'm talking. I won't be offended, I swear. Like with the other horn, you have to make these horns favorite items and assign them to a hotkey. I have written down the instructions for you. It's easier that way. Of course you don't have to use them. But if I may, I would suggest that you give at least one of them a try. It's so nice to small talk when traveling, and the horns will make this so much easier. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I'm supposed to collect an eye of a saber cat, but that's not an ingredient. I mean, it's not like a flower you just pick. It seems we will have to track down a saber cat and kill it. Well, unless you have a better idea, of course. You have? Oh, that's wonderful. I was so afraid I would have to go and kill the saber cat just to get that eye. So, where are we going now? Yes? Yes? I like the trees here in the rift. So many birches. What's on your mind, friend? You know what? I have very little left on my list of ingredients now. But I think that I will very soon need your help again. Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss? You want to thank me? What for? You have hardly known me long enough to have any reason to thank me. What's on your mind, friend? Thank you. What's on your mind, friend? Well, if you have a sweet roll maybe, or an apple, or something for me to drink. You have? Lovely. Thank you so much. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? Anesia needs me to find a mushroom, a blood-dripping crown. It looks very similar to a bleeding crown, but this one is very, very rare. I have been looking for it everywhere, but I can't seem to find one. However, Anesia mentions an alternate but dangerous way to get a sample. There is a necromancer's hideout called Boulderfall Cave, not far from Riften. Anesia writes that the necromancers in there have been collecting and cultivating the blood-dripping crowns for their experiments. Maybe we could find a sample there. I know it is dangerous, and I don't suggest we should go there at once, but maybe we could go there one of these days. I really need this ingredient. Oh, that's sweet of you. Let me see if you have anything I like. Thank you.
Here we go.
You taste my sword! The Boulderfall Cave. Oh, I do hope we can find a blood-dripping crown here. Finally, a blood-dripping crown. Bleh! It really looks blood-dripping. But hopefully it will be very useful for Anesia. Thank you so much. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I have now only one thing left that I need to collect before we can return to Anesia. Isn't that great? Yes, I'm so happy. Now we only need to find this last thing though. It's a dragon bone. You don't happen to have one somewhere? I mean, else we will have to wait for a dragon to kill, won't we? You have? Oh, that is absolutely wonderful. Let's return to Anesia in the Eldergleam Sanctuary. I'm sure she will be very pleased with what we have collected. Shall we continue? find Anesia.
Greetings. Have you spread word?
And
Yes.
Anesia, guess what? We have found all
Goodbye.
the ingredients now.
All of them? That's good.
Do you need something? Items?
Here they are.
Potions?
Do you
Hugs?
think you can do
I've got it
something to
all.
restore the content of that bottle now?
Yes, I think it should be possible. But it will take a little time, and I need to be alone while working on it.
I understand. Is there anything you'd like us to do for you meanwhile?
Yes, there is. I have completed a list of ingredients for my friend Jelena. If you could bring it to her, this would be of great help for our research.
Oh, I'm sure we can do that.
Here, give this note to Jelena. I believe she could be in Windhelm by now.
But, I don't know what she looks like.
Your friend will recognize her. Give the note to your friend, and then the two of you can go to Windhelm together.
I will do so. Oh, Anesia, this is so exciting, and I'm so grateful for your help.
I am happy to help whenever I can. That is what I'm here for.
Just tell me what you need.
Goodbye.
I have promised Anesia that we will run a little errand for her while she restores the content of my bottle. Here, take this ingredients list. It is for Jelena, the pilgrim you met earlier on. It is better that you have it, as you can recognize her. Anesia told me that she is likely to be in Windhelm. We should go there and find her. And once we return here, maybe, hopefully, Anesia has been able to restore the content of my mysterious bottle. Oh, it's so exciting. Don't you think so too? Anytime.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Yes?
Yes? Good, good. I have been waiting to hear from her. I dearly hope her work is proceeding well, and that she has found all the plans she needed. Goodbye.
I still can't believe Isabella's gone. She was a helpful young lass.